Welcome to Season 4 of Omega League. This is Round 1, Match 2, I believe, of the season. Batsfield Biohazard. We're just waiting right now for the Biohazard team to join on in. I've posted in the chat a link to our tournament page where you can stay up to date on matches that are happening, results that have come in. This season is a little bit different than past seasons. We're doing a round robin, and as such, we changed up the scoring as well for what these matches mean for each team. This season, a win does not just net you 1 point. Winning 2-1 is not as good as winning 3-0, because this season each map is worth its own point. So really playing all 3 maps is going to be important for teams to do. Concession of the last match, of the last map rather. If you're down 2-0, obviously hands the other team a 3-0 victory and 3 points. But if you are down 2-0 and you are on the losing team, you can still steal a point back for your team. And as the standings and weeks progress and the standings culminate, we will see what teams make it to the playoffs. And that will be determined by how many maps you have won over the course of your season. So again, all that information is found at that link I've posted in the chat there. Feel free to check us out. We're almost at the point where we are getting ready to get started. We have 14 players in the match. I'm sure the burn will start soon. We're just waiting on one more player at this point from Biohazard, and we'll be on our way. Just want to apologize beforehand. I might be a little rusty with my camera controls. I've been away for over a month from spectating anything. So if there are any glitches, just bear with me. But we should be in for a good match here. So it seems like the burn is on, even though we are one player down still on Biohazard. Looks like we're gonna duke it out a little bit for Alpha. Oh, we wait for that last Biohazard player to come on in. There are your players for this game. -1. So it seems like the Bats team is fully in, so we have Solid, we have CRD, Magic, Mini, Bones, Fook, Grim, and STR. And over on the Biohazard side, even though they are down 1 currently, we have Kenworth, Stott, Nuggets, Renegade, Sea Dogs, Nutty, and Native going for these 2 teams today. Burning nice and quick. Welcome everybody. Thanks for being here.
Come to the bloody objective!
And we will just burn the map as we do a little flybys around here. Although I've covered some of the interesting things about this season this time around, I'll be covering them again as we start map 1. Our map rotation for this match should be Rotterdam, then Provence, and then Mercury. Let's take a minute and check those server settings. As you can see, auto rotation has been disabled, as well as kill cam. Thank you, Ever. As some may know, yes, it is my birthday tomorrow. Ever's already told me he's going to call me and sing to me. Isn't that right, Ever? Oh, the next one up, buddy. The next one up, the big 3-0 tomorrow. I'll be sure to put in earplugs, Ever, before that call. Thank you, Solace. All right. So as we load in to the actual game, we'll remind everyone again that this is Omega League Round 1. You can follow along with what's been going on with the season so far at our tournament links that I posted above at the very start of the chat. We also have a lovely TV section, I guess they call it, that some people have been able to find interesting to watch and look at. Alright, so let's get right back into it. We have Bats via Biohazard, Season 4, Week 1, or Round 1. It's the first match for either team this season. And like I was saying, this season's a little bit different scoring-wise. This season we have each match being worth, or each map of each match being worth a point, rather than just the match end mattering. We now have each map being worth a point, so teams can sweep and get their 3 points, or teams can split a score totaling of 3, 2-1, which is meaning that if your team is down 2-0, you can still steal a point from the opposing team. As our countdown timer hits 0, and we get right into it, we're going to see how these different teams attach going towards these points. Usually one stays behind to cap the point. Others move forward. Rotterdam, as we know, very B-focused map here. Lots of corners to hold down. Let's see how this first push goes. And there's some nice luck. Getting right into someone who goes down right away.
We have now taken objective data.
And that's out to an early take of Delta. Or Bravo, rather. I see Magic in the 2-piece there, holding down a great position there at the staircase, going for the long revive. He's going to get it. We'll shoot over to Fook, who's now going to be pushing up the avenue is trying to hold them from ever getting back to a point where they're taking Bravo or putting any pressure on that point.
Das wird dir helfen.
That was interesting. Good awareness for Fook. Seeing through that point there. We have again another push coming down this this avenue here, this A Street. Just making sure no one's getting cheeky and going around. We'll jump in on Nuggets and see what he's doing. Not doing much right on that life. And again, this map, once you lock this down, this map can really be a challenging one to advance through if you're trying to attack multiple angles. So Biohazard's coming for an alley approach this time. That's not wasting any time pushing up Alpha Street, trying to keep them bent around that corner. It's a smart placement for Mini. Here we see Bones not seeing his corner there. But bats will hold. Ooh. Getting a little stuck in here. There we go. Getting a lot of that continuous fire bug. Alright, we see that Biohazard here has bunched up in this longitudinal alley here. And they're going to try, it looks like a little bit of a coordinated push as they come down both sides. It's going to be coordination that they need to do to push on two fronts to break this line. And there is a flare. That is interesting. Obviously not allowed unless someone shot a beacon. Or not a beacon, but a decoy. Take a look here at equipment of snipers. Once they spawn in. There's a little action going on down here. There goes wk1. He's going to get two as he tries to secure Bravo. And Biohazard is going to be working their way in. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what it was there. Someone shot one of Mini's decoys. That's great. You can't just shoot everything that shines, my friends. You can't just shoot everything that shines. Yes, it was a flare, but it was a flare from a decoy, so someone in Biohazard shot one of Mini Fiji's shiny decoys, which is acceptable. So now the question is, down about 50% of our tickets here and pushed back into their Charlie flag. How is Biohazard going to respond to this position they've been put in? They need to at least try to make this a close game so they can potentially force a blowout on the other side next round and steal a ticket. Or steal a point here, win by tickets. This is the first round of the first map, so we have no score so far.
Take this first aid!
Nice move by Native, nice corner to hold there. It's a little predictable to get more than one kill there as you get one and then you keep pushing forward, someone's going to catch you. like he did there, but this is the push that they've been needing. They need to find their mismatches. That was the right position to take there. I fall to Lucan's again, it seems. Let's see, has a good position in here. Switch on over to what Bats is doing. Try to get back in there. Try to get back in that Bravo point. Noticing Bones was tagged there for a minute. Not sure if it's because... No, that's good. Just going through and checking our combat rules, making sure everything is on the up and up. As you know, we like to catch these things early so that they do not have any infraction implications later on as dust clears on these matches. So it does seem like all is in order. Oh, he's gonna get meleeed right there. We're going to push back out and watch the battle that's ensuing again at the corner of Alpha Street. This has been a hotly contested corner. Even though Biohazard has been able to make their way into Bravo and sustain some control of the point, they've not been able to set up their line in a way that Bats has been able to set up a line on the other side. We'll see how that map advantage flips as we move to the next round. If Biohazard is able to set up a little bit better on their on the Alpha side. Nice shot there by Lucas. He's probably gonna get another one here as if he peeks. He's behind the car with Lewis, so he knows he's there. My goodness, shooting at a medic gets you 107 hit. This Alpha Street's again pretty hotly contested. We're going to take a look over at the water side, but that push has been eradicated. They have been very solid. The Alpha side street here, this Alpha Street I call it, as it goes all the way from Alpha to Charlie, has been the only location they've really had success. It's another flare-up. And there are no medics, so that's got, or no recons, so that's got to be another biohazard shooting everything that glows. Another decoy being shot there. So with this one in the books, it seems like Biohazard will have a pretty tall mountain to climb. 105 tickets will be the difference. Yes, that will be the difference. So map 1, round 1, it's 105 to 0 for Bats. So I'm eager to see how Bio comes back out, regroups. They have 105 tickets. That's quite a hill to climb. I know playing that map, I've definitely had more success spawning on that A side than that C side, personally, in games I've played. So I can see how they might have an easier time setting up their defense. It wasn't a problem with them taking Bravo. The problem was sustaining and maintaining their presence and their pressure on the pushes from Bats into Bravo. That was their main problem that match. I don't know if it wasn't getting to their spots or just missing their shots, losing their one-on-ones. But that seemed to be the main hiccup during that match. Let's see how round 2 goes for them. We have about 15 seconds till drop. As many of you know, Bats has been with Omega League since the beginning, and Biohazard is an original team as well. This being Biohazard 2, it was a little different. I think it's a different segment of the bigger team. Here we go. We have one player not moving for Bio. There they go. They're going to go take Alpha. They're a little delayed now in taking Alpha. Let's see how they get into these battles here, where they pick their spot. That's a good spot for Lucas. Popular spot to use. But it's also a predictable spot to be. And that's the kicker sometimes of these matches is, you know, there are good spots to hold, but there's also predictable spots where people know you're going to be. Bats moving in, taking control over Charlie. They're building up their fortifications here. They're trying to get themselves set up to do exactly what they did last round, which is set up in a way that they preemptively identify, spot, and neutralize pushes from Biohazard, and that's going to be what they need to do to win. I like this side pushing. I like going a little wider. Smoke's out. But you hate to see it happen. 2-man push. Just not working out for them. Coming down the other way, we're now exploring a team wipe, and we are down a player. Nope, they're there. There he is. Probably was in between spots for a minute. So a team wipe is not something you want to have to try to come back from right now. Especially where you're needing a strong showing. And being on the other side of the bridge is not a place you want to get pinched. They need to create this back pressure right now where they have Bats exposed looking at Stott, who's drawing the attention of 4 of them. So you know, I hope they realize they can push in pretty hard on this left side here if they hurry, gain some control on Bravo, and try to squeeze Bats back out towards the right. But Fook and Grim are going to hold down the train car just by themselves. Fook out in the open, taking down 1. A lot of movement in the open, a lot of dependence on that smoke. As we come in and we get a 2-piece from Grim, pulling out the 1911 and grabbing 2 kills there. Well done by him, that's what we like to see. And now we're going to see the spawn push, a single push from Nutty. I'm not sure if this is the tactic Bio wants to take at this point. The single team, the single person, double person pushes, they need to and that is, I'm not sure what's happening there. But that is going to be another, for all intents and purposes, another whole team wipe, as they are now pushed back. Bio is now pushed back to their home flag, which will start falling to Bats. So we see Magic here, he's set up. We also see CRD here set up with the bar. He's got himself that cheeky sneak position. Where he can just pop up. So that push is going to be unsuccessful for Bio. They have two in the back area. Let's see if they can come do anything. Maybe it's going to get one, but then going to go down. And here comes a nice big push now out of their spawn, but it's just swept up. They're trying to move towards their A point. They have resistance. Trying to move to their B point. They have, you know, Magic and CRD set up back there. Both in great positions. They're getting shot at before they can even leave their spawn. So smoke right now, very important for Bio. And just now a matter of burning the tickets, it seems. Bio's strategy seem to have fallen apart a little bit. I'm seeing a lot of single players running in. A lot of single players being swarmed. And now getting pushed back away from Alpha completely. We have a spawn trap unfolding here. I would love to see Kenny come up through the water and get a couple from the side. I'm afraid he's gonna get shot in the back. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. Went the wrong way. And this has got to be a little frustrating. Your first match of the season, and you're just not on a groove that you want to be having at the start. So it's gonna be the second match right there, the second round rather. And so map 1 will fully go to Bats, who have earned themselves a point. I think it was 151. Correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. I think it's 151 at the end there. Gearing up now for map 2, which I believe is Provence. This will be a little more interesting of a map to see these two teams compete on. We all know that Rotterdam is very linear of a map. It is very much about creating that wall, pushing that team off into their spawn corner, and so that does create the opportunity to see exactly what we just saw in that last match. This map, however, is a lot more about avenues, a lot more cover, and a lot more about your rotation around what points you're taking, when you're pushing certain points, noticing where the bulk of the enemy forces are heading, and figuring out how you can best navigate that to accumulate your tickets, or to bleed their tickets. So I think this will be a more interesting map to see how these gunfights have been playing out, and how these two teams rotate. Let's get right in here on this initial push. Going to be tracking solid quads for a minute here. Both teams have capped their respective points. Bats, the first to Bravo. and we'll see where the push is coming from. We have a lot of center action here, moving in, as Biohazard able to wipe that center. Nice. Good patience by Renegade. Good patience. So Renegade and his squad able to come through and get the C to A avenue clear. They're now going to be capping Alpha. Wonder if Renegade knows how close he is. He's looking at one right now. There, he sees him. And that shooting glitch is quite annoying. Renegade's going to go down. Not sure how. I had to get off of him. We have Biohazard keeping their pressure on at Bravo, or Alpha, but at the same time we have Bats moving around to Charlie. Yes, the good old spectator gun glitch. It will never be repaired. It was never even a coming soon. They just ignored it. It's just fully ignored. If you want the game, you're going to deal with the glitch. Biohazard's going to try to come back in, but he's going to get pinched by both sides and go down. So this is where the rotation part comes in. Biohazard, I feel, needs to rotate to Bravo. They know it. One of them knows it at least. Two of them staying at Alpha. Not sure what that's about. Renegade going to try to go in, but he's going to be on a 3-on-1. Let's see how he does here. Knowing his positioning, knowing where they're going to come for him. A lot of corners to cover. You have to keep your head out that window. You have to keep your head on those doors. So Bravo will be retained by Bats, as Bats will now push back towards getting their Alpha flag. Again, two-directional push here from Bats. They've waited for each other and now they're moving in. And they'll bleed that back quickly. But on the Charlie side, we have two Biohazard players holding down Charlie. Very close to the cap. They're going to grab it. And here we have Bats pushing back into Charlie now. Blocked by that tree. Sorry about that. And we have an all cap for Bats. But here comes Biohazard pushing back down the AC road. They're going to split 2 and 2. Try to get something here. And Renegade's going to get shot in the back as he goes for that kill. But they are going to be bleeding back on Alpha fairly quickly. And I would suspect a strong push here to Bravo, as they know that there are plenty at Charlie. And here's a push. Here's an interesting push from the back side of Charlie towards Bravo. Someone stayed back for a squad spawn, and it's going to work out for Biohazard. Fook's going to be the only person who starts to notice here that Bravo's falling. He's going to push in. He might want to wait for his team to respawn on him. I'm not sure he can. He only has one in the respawn screen right now. He's going to get one. Let's see how Scott's going to... Nope, Scott's going to go down too. So, Fook taking back Bravo by himself. Great eyes for him to see that was bleeding down. Gets in the point, identifies there's only two people on the point, takes them both out. Biohazard's going to try an alley push now on Alpha. Mini's going to take down two. He's going to push in for a third. He's going to get all three. Oh, but he actually got that off. He got the revive off. Fantastic. A break there for Biohazard. As they will now set up on their Alpha flag, they will use the corners, use the trees, use the med crates. And over on the other side, I don't want to leave Alpha. I feel like Native is just hanging out there. I love when you have this one guy and you have a whole team coming after him. And they're just looking for him. He's going to leave his cover. He's going to put some more smoke down. Now, they have got to have known where that smoke came from. You can hear it if you stop running around so much. We have a little squad spawn there. Now they know. Two go down. There it is. So, Bats will retain. Alpha. Bio will push into Bravo for a nice quick take there, and this is going to be great. We have courtyards, we have windows, we have Biohazard setting up their crossfire perfectly on this point right now. This is what they need. They need a nice strong hold at a point. However, I'm sure as many of you can see, when it comes to the ticket score, these teams are starting to have a larger and larger gap between them. As that persistent 2 cap, momentary all cap for Bats really cut down the tickets of Biohazard. Biohazard going to take back Charlie. Biohazard going to take Alpha, maybe. Perhaps he's going to go for the revive. Alpha might be not as open and close as it seemed. It's a 3-on-3 here, 2-on-3. As Bats will take back Bravo. They're going to almost take Alpha. And as they fight over this, we'll grab a look at the scoreboard. Mini Fiji with your top kills, and Poop with your top kills, and Grim 13, 13, 14 across the board for them. Renegade with 12, Kenworth with 10, Stott with 10 for Biohazard. I didn't notice that Loops doesn't even need tags, he's got it right in his name. Biohazard putting a strong push here now into Bravo. An all-man push, it seems, into Bravo. Stop bleeding to Charlie. And Bats is going to take advantage of that all-man push, and position themselves forward off of Alpha, as CRD's job will be to come in and start to bleed that point down. I was hoping to get some more of that fight in there. But this has been something that Biohazard has struggled with so far this match. They've come in, they've taken points, they've gotten possession, but they can't retain. They can't maintain their pressure, their presence. As they group up. And we start to see the other side of the map coming alive here. This A to C Charlie route. Fook getting 1, getting 2. A nice double for Fook there.
We have almost won this. Don't let up.
Let's move back over to the streets outside of Bravo. Biohazard's going to jump on into that Bravo point and bleed that down. But they're also being kept busy at their home flag with some good pressure. Solid Quad's got to stay back at this point. He's got to let his team spawn on him, or else that's going to happen. He did get the long revive off, but it would have been probably more advantageous to that squad to fall back behind the church and re-engage with that pressure on Alpha. Bats will take back Bravo. Biohazard will take Charlie. So now Biohazard rocking the 2 flag advantage. Bats coming into Alpha to change that. Fook the lone bat at Bravo. he had a good movement, good positioning there. Just, I think he got heard on his footsteps jumping out the window. So Biohazard will take back Bravo, maintain their 2 cap, and start putting a little bit of crossfire pressure on Alpha, which is something that they haven't yet had a really successful job of setting up. As we see Bats moving back in on Charlie uncontested, taking that point back. 91-17, let's grab another look at our scoreboard. Topping 20 kills, we have Fook, Mini, and Grim, each with over 20 kills. Renegade's added 1 to his total. Ken's added 2 at 12 and 13 respectively. Quad will take down Ken, and that will just about do it for this round. And there it is. So it's 90-0 Bats. As we move into round 2 of map 2, same principles hold. This map will be about the rotation that the teams decide to take. There'll be some corners to hold down, but they won't be as static as they were on Rotterdam. The corners on this map tend to be a little more dynamic. You can sometimes create your own. And we'll see how they've kind of picked up on where the other team likes to go. We know that Bats, for instance, will respond to any bleed coming from their tickets, even a solo push. So it's good to know that, as Biohazard will be a little more weary, I think, taking those 2-man, 3-man, those 2-man, 1-man pushes. So we're going to see Bats split up 4 and 4 here. And we're going to see Biohazard kind of do a 5-3 split off the start of the game. No one really pushing for Bravo at all for Biohazard. It's a little interesting. Kind of just allowing Bats to set up here on Bravo. And Bats has set up. We'll see how Bio responds to that. They're going to need to have it come from this top push here. As we'll see, stop pushing down the line, spawning Renegade. This 2-man team is going to push through. They'll get down 1 and they need to push hard. There's no one on Charlie. And they'll start to bleed that. We're going to have Fook and SRT coming in.
We are losing objective Caesar.
Wrong way. He's going to get 1. He's going to get 2. And that's gonna clean that threat off. A lot of looking the same direction for Biohazard today. And good movement so far for Bat, setting up their crossfires. As Biohazard's kind of hanging out in the middle of the map here. I don't know if they're biding their time for some squad spawns. Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. So Kenny able to get one before getting taken out. Fook pushing hard. He's gonna get taken down though, just at the end of that revive. I'm gonna go see that Pats has left Bravo all alone as they've been kind of pushed back off of that Charlie objective. It's allowed Biohazard to come on in, and they're going to obtain a triple cap. We'll see for how long. So any lead that Bats was able to accumulate towards the beginning of this match, if they let this triple cap persist too long, will just vanish. Sneaky native here, coming in behind.
Objective Able is being taken by the enemy.
Squad spawning.
Take this first aid!
And now Alpha becomes very important for them to hold if they want to maintain this triple cap pressure. Tickets are draining at a rate of 3-1 for Bats right now. They've come back from, I think it was about 115 to 145, all the way back down to nearly tied at this point. That triple cap pressure has been on for about a minute. And Bats had enough of it. They are pushing hard into Bravo. Pushing into Charlie as well. Fook trying his best. Magic Baron comes scoping on him. He's gonna go down though. Go down to Solid, I think it was. Or Scott, rather. And Bio doing a lot of good reviving here, getting their teammates up, really working on making sure they keep themselves on. A choice not to engage there, and he wins that gunfight barely. But a good choice nonetheless to kind of rope around. And we'll see some more pressure on the spawn flag for Biohazard. Meanwhile, we flip over and we see a non-contested Alpha falling, and wondering where that push will go. If they're going to rotate back to Charlie, or if they're going to push down towards Bravo, or try to stem any spawn push into Alpha. We'll see. It's choices right now for Bats, how they come back from this. And it's going to be a strong push down to Bravo. That's going to be the go-to move. Lucas is almost like a tourniquet on that corner. He's just stemming all the flow. But he will eventually get taken down after doing his work to keep this double cap alive. And Bravo will be susceptible to attack. Bats, meanwhile, looking to regain their control of their home flag. Having now finally been able to clear the flag area, but there is a looming Biohazard presence off the corners on the second floor. That building's usually one of the first things to go. The corner of that building gets destroyed quite often. Where to look, there's action everywhere right now. We get a nice wide view here. We have some action at Alpha where Bats is trying to maintain their presence there. Biohazard basically locking down Bravo. And moving up into Charlie to try to retake that objective. Maintain this pressure. a maintained 2-cap will do it here for Biohazard if they can continue with the current pace they're using for taking up this game, the control of the map they're using. My goodness. Taking down the 1 health by Magic, but able to pull it through with Lucas. He's now going to move into Alpha. There's going to be coming from the top spawn area. And the whole kill feed is blue for Biohazard, as they will achieve a second triple cap, this time at 17:30. We'll see how long they can maintain this triple cap. The real fight is over here at Alpha. With Bats wanting to come in and take that point back. Lucas again, great awareness, last man up, falling back, trying to get a place where his team can spawn on him. Biohazard containing the bleed to Bravo. Trying to at least. Lucas takes down 1, takes down 2.
We have taken objective Brava.
Where is he been?
We have lost objective Anton.
He will go down. As we will see some smoke, a smoke barrage come in, trying to create some confusion around that midsection leading to Bravo of the map. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Lucas doing his work for Biohazard this round, 22-7. On the other side, Fook, Grim, and Mini topping the board for Bats, all with about 2 to 3 KDs in this match so far. So Biohazard has flipped the script. They are now having controlling 2-cap, going for the triple cap. Only 2 minutes to go, they were triple capped. 20 tickets dividing the teams. A fraction of the tickets left to determine this game. And there it is, a nice triple cap there for Bats. They're going to need to hold on to that. They want to bring this back to even. But it seems like they will. Pete, I love Pete, what he's doing there, waiting for them to push past. He needs to get back onto Alpha for his team to tie game. Rotate up, Pete. Ken coming through on Charlie, trying to hold it down. Food coming up the challenge. We'll see what goes down here. You get caught looking the wrong way. It's a tough one. Bats will stream back into Charlie, as Bio will take back Alpha. Sustained double cap, the momentary triple caps. This round really had it all, but it will fall to Bats. And map 2, round 2, will go to Bats. Moving on to the last map, map 3. This should be a good one on Mercury. First 2 maps didn't have any tanks. Mercury will introduce that new dynamic to our battlefield. We'll see how each of these teams do with their tank play. If you are watching, give me a prediction. Who do you think is going to be in the tank for each team? Give me a prediction in the chat if you think you know which player from which team will be in that tank. Either way, the tanks will have some interesting opportunities to change the dynamics of what's going to happen. It's always interesting to note that the Alpha Spawn tank can also double back up. The ridgeline. So take a look at that crystal clear water. And the game's afoot. Bats out with a nice strong unilateral push. Biohazard spreading out a little bit more, as we see some pushing down the far side. Ken and Sea Dog pushing down the water side. But that extra manpower, that flanked Alpha, if it does not pay off, will mean they will sacrifice an initial capture of Bravo. I wonder, yep, Fook does see them. He is starting to engage. With that 2-to-1 pressure, one-on-one now, Ken is just moving right past him. It's a smart move by Ken. Just get to that objective. Oh, he's going to be in the open. Fook sees him, he lines him up. And Ken will escape into the Alpha objective. That's going to be good for Biohazard, who has been waiting to spawn. And we'll just go through our checks again. New factions can sometimes lead to new combat roles, but in this case the teams have done a diligent job making sure that they are adhering to all of the rules. Let's take a look at where those tanks are, shall we? We have Bat's tank in quite an aggressive position here. Being driven by SRT for life. And Ukaz, who is an infantry dream on Provence, is now going to armor up for this round, it seems. And down goes Bat's tank. Ukaz with that high ground, he's going to be able to pummel into Bravo. So that's going to be something that Bats is going to look out for. He's going to drive himself right into Charlie. He's going to take out Grim. See, Bones is going to be an assault player. He's going to have a chance. That's going to be a nice hit on the turret. But here comes the reinforcements. You can just see from the ticker on his screen. The Biohazard retakes Charlie. Has taken Alpha. And while that battle rages on, we'll take a look at what's happening down around the buildings. Ooh, one life. Checking his deep spots there. Back over at Charlie, we're going to see that the tank for Biohazard is going to go down. Bats has also retaken Alpha, so we are looking at an all-cap situation now. And Pete needs to do his job here. He's last up. He needs to hold it down. They're going to be spawn trapped if he does not. Here comes a push from Biohazard.
Seht ihr das? Verdammt gefährlich!
Soldiers, we have lost objective Delta.
Let's see what Nutty's gonna do. Nutty's moving in. He's gonna round the corner. He's gonna get bones. Meanwhile, Stock's moving up on the outside of Charlie, trying to see if he can catch any stragglers. Ooh, he's gonna go down after an 83 hit. Those are tough to take. And we'll check back in on how it's going back down at Alpha here. Bats has been able to maintain their control, but Native moving in. Native getting a two-piece there. And Native taken down from, I'm not sure where. The Magic Man, who just got taken down himself. So quickly Bats, by here armor, quickly Bats will retake Alpha very, very quickly. As Bat's tank will move in unassisted, no repper, into a squad of medics, 2 medics, 1 assault, and 1 engineer. So that engineer is going to be, or that assault's going to be important, but he goes down quickly. They need to pick him up so he can continue to DPS on that tank as it's going to start spitting out infi. Ken's going to go down. We're going to see what SRT is looking at here. Not a lot, as he can't see down underneath those ledges. Infi's going to have to go in there and sort it out. Native here, acting as spawn point for this team down to their last ups. He's gonna need to smoke again. Oh, he gets it out, but it's too little too late. He was located and pushed into the air. So Bats will retake Alpha. Nice fight there as we go over and see the Biohazard's tank is up and engaging some infi as well. Not much armor on armor action in this first round. We saw Mukaz take out SRT at the beginning of the game. So far, it's the only time the 2 tanks have directly engaged each other. Kudo's keeping score at home. So far, we have 2 points for Bats, but not all the points in this match have yet been awarded. There's still 1 point up for grabs, and that could be Biohazard if they can pull this out. Stock taking down 2 using that carbine. Now I'd like to keep following him around, but there we go. Let's reload first.
Looking in trouble over there.
I'm happy at least reloading stops it. Bar kill on Fluke there. Showing some accuracy with that weapon. As we get a look at the team movement going on here, and I'm actually going to get it from the water side. I'm going to get it from the water side. We'll see Bats has basically left the inside part of the map void. They are going for the 2-cap Alpha Charlie. They probably know that if they try to move in to Bravo too much, the advantage is Biohazard's view of their tank down into Bravo, so that AC strategy on this map from the Alpha side spawn is a pretty well informed one. But as Bio wipes Bats off of Charlie, they are going to be forcing them to now take that Bravo objective to maintain their 2 cap. And that's going to allow Lucas right now to roam into position, but we have 2 assault players coming up trying to take him out. His track is damaged, and he's not going to be that mobile right now. Using the Ruby rolls, we have Mini Cruiser here taking down 1 and going for a revive. You do need your assault player, so I understand why he went for that revive there. Potentially out of bazookas or Panzerfaust and Dynamite himself needing to get up his ally who has some more ammunition in his stores, but this is the position I'm talking about, right here. This position Lucas has to just rain hell down into Bravo. I'm feeling like this is why Bat's strategy initially spawning on the A side was to forego trying to maintain a presence at Bravo and instead consistently push and pressure Charlie. Let's get down into it though, since we are down here.
Soldiers, we are losing objective Anton.
And now we're going to see some armor-on-armor action again, as SRT and Lucas will go at it, exchanging shots. You gotta reload, dude. You gotta reload. Reload for me, buddy. He's gonna get 1. Fook will then go down, as there are 3 Biohazard in that house making their move on Charlie. Or on Alpha. He seems to be the canary in the coal mine there, Fook was. Letting everyone know where the push was coming from. Renegade gonna try to get up behind the tank here. He's right on the ammo stores. Ooh, a headshot with the large 4. But what he's not seeing, it seems, SRT, is that Lucas is getting repositioned back here. He seems to have reloaded, rearmed. And there it is, definitely SRT, knowing that that's his spot. Hitting him for about 40 damage, causing him to auto-repair and retreat. Sorry, I'm a little slanted here, I'll put that right up there. There we are. As Native is going to be trying to hold on to this positioning in the Bravo point. He's going to get Grim trying to come in casually from the backside. He's also going to get Solid before his position is compromised. We've developed into a close game here. With just about 12 tickets separating the team as they bleed down towards 0. SRT now in a great position for his team, also able to fire in at Bravo. So Bats is going to need to move into that objective, but also knowing that the tank is coming back around. Who's going to see who first? And it's going to be Locaz in a poor position, his back to SRT as he comes around. And he's going to be getting some engine shots in on Locaz right now. And there he goes. It only takes 2 or 3 of those once you're exposed near your end.
Explosives all set.
34 hit there for Renegade, put it right on the turret. SRT back to full health as he has magic here, doing what he can do. Well, he will be back to full health. He has magic repping him here. They need to take out that repper. 37 health. 4, and down he goes. A good concentrated effort there for Biohazard. But that tank presence pushing up on that home flag has allowed Bats to open up a sizable lead here, about 24 tickets. And as they bleed out of under 10, they might not have enough time to recover. Ken and Sea-Dog ending the match the same way they started, on that lower flank, trying to make something happen. Let's connect with Sea-Dog here. He's gonna get one. But he's not going to be able to do much else here for his team, as they will lose the first round of map 3. 24-0. So far, a pretty dominant performance for Bats. They've really been showing that they are setting up their crossfires, they're moving as a team, they're waiting for their spawns, and they're winning their individual gunfights. It is not rare to have an off day. I'm sure if some of these gunfights were going a little more 50-50, these teams would be splitting a few more of these maps. But as it is today, Bats has won all 5 of the rounds we've played, with this last round being a place where Biohazard can get something back. They can end on a high note here. They need to win by 24 tickets in order to steal a point from Bats. But at this point, it's Bats' point to lose. Bats has already secured 2 points for themselves in this round, or in this match so far. But I would love to see a strong Biohazard team come out here and really push back against the way that Bats has been on a roll so far. We'll see what happens in about 3 seconds. Alright, here we go. Biohazard coming from the Alpha spawn, the waterside spawn. Bats coming from the Charlie spawn, the mountainside. And we'll see right away Biohazard is going to beat Bats to the Bravo flag, if just barely. And they'll start that burn. But quickly, Bats will surround and get that crossfire in on the Bravo flag. And Biohazard will reposition and actually come in and take out that crossfire. Which means the only person left standing, the only people left standing are CRD and Bones, and Bats will pick up their dead. And those revives are going to be pretty big for their initial ticket boost. We're now going to see Native here taking out one, but then getting taken out himself. And Quad's going to go for the pickup. And so far, it's about 4 or 5 revives for Bats. so far in this 10-ticket game. Stott will go down after bleeding Bravo all the way down, which is unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and see where the action is going on up here. We have a Bats push, or a Biohazard push rather, onto Bats home flag, which isn't going anywhere. So what that's going to lead us is to a triple cap, where we're going to have a large scale push here. A Biohazard getting back their home flag, hopefully more. Just can't stand that. He's gonna be right there. He's right there. He's gonna get taken out by Mini Fiji. So ahead to Stott here. Stott, a new name for me. Hoping to see more from him in that M2. And he puts that right up where it needs to be. Excellent job taking away that hiding spot that Bats has been using. Unfortunately, he's going to pay the price for doing it. 4-2 today, so far. CRD 7-0 doing his job for Bats. And we're going to see how Lucas coming in that tank, in that armor, where he's going to choose to position himself. I mean, everyone knows where Bats' tank is. It's the same place that the Biohazard tank was, so that's not a surprise. As Bats regains Bravo. But here comes a large push from Biohazard. Let's see how this unfolds. They're going to need to fan out. They're coming from the same direction. This has kind of been something that Biohazard has done to themselves. They kind of bottleneck themselves. 5 players right now in that same little square in the middle of my screen. They need to fan out and get there, set up their crossfire. You can see Bones over here doing exactly that for Bats. Bones, CRD, Grim, and here we have Renegade trying to set it up. But he's going to get taken down because he can't be the only guy trying to do it. And that whole push is going to be decimated. Nutty trying to pick up Sea-Dog, he will. But then he'll go down. A flare up, so I'm going to go ahead and check our players again. So I'm pretty sure it is again someone shooting something that was shiny. As Mini Fiji has been putting down those decoys. And you can't just shoot everything that shines. That's exactly what it is. You can see it on his screen there at the bottom. He's gonna go for a long revive, but
we have lost objective Charlie.
good shot there for Mini. Sure loves sniping. I'll give him that every time I play with him. He's always pulling it out. Charges forward too. Nice attempt there as we see Lucas just rolling through the town, leaving people in his wake as he rolls through just straight down one of the main streets. We're gonna have SRT, the other tanker, try to come on in. I was actually hoping to grab a look at SRT. See how he was going to go about attacking this tank, but he's no longer around us. So we're looking at a nice AC cap for Biohazard, as they're going to maintain some pressure up here on Charlie. So this is similar to the map setup that was happening before, with last round. With the exception of the Biohazard really using their tank as almost like an offensive player right now. It's not overlooking anything. It's right down in the streets, holding Alpha. There comes the push to Charlie. CRD being the crossfire. Stott trying to make sure he can't set up. He will. Bones will go down from Nutty. Nutty will take another one. That's a two-piece for him before he gets found out. Grim will go in for the quick revive as a medic, and that flag should bleed back for Bats. Bats will also be taking Bravo, or maintaining Bravo, I should say. I'm sorry, Biohazard, I'm so sorry. Biohazard maintaining at Bravo. So I'm switching back red and blue every round is starting to get to me. So now we have Fook coming down as a solo push here. He's going to get Nutty before he gets blown up by... Where is the tank? There it is. By SRT. SRT's going to blow up. We got him, and now we are in a great armor fight here. Only difference is Magic Man is there for his team. Lucas needs a repper if he's going to get in a firefight like that. So this is going to now enable SRT to have that line of sight down and just bombard Bravo and that building. So I don't suspect that Bats will be able to put a surmountable effort into taking back Bravo until they can create some pressure on Charlie, which is exactly what they're doing. As SRT takes down another one with that Valentine. Here comes Renegade, though. He knows where he is. Oh, but Renegade's going to be taken out quite handily, and so will Nutty. So that push to Charlie will be vanquished. And we'll see Fook here, doing what he can for his team. It's tough when you know where they're going to come from. But it's just more than one of them. And Biohazard will now come in and surround, but again, they are moving in towards this bottleneck area. You have 5 players on my screen in a tiny bit of the map. They gotta spread out. Magic Man's gonna be setting up here as his primary job is gonna be to keep that tank happy. So he'll set up, get some assist counts as kills, no doubt. Fook's gonna go for revive, and we're gonna take this chance at this 52-48, nearly tied game to check our scoreboard. 18-5 is Lucas. He spent some time in the tank and some time in the ground. Stott doing some good at 11-10. Over on the bat side, we have Grim at 17-5, CRD at 14-6, and Mini Fiji at 16-5. And finally, Fook getting lots of revives, 18-11 currently. Just want to whip this camera around towards Alpha, because Biohazard needs to make sure that they can not dip below 24 if they want to win this game. So this is where it comes down to the point in time where they can either make this push, get into Bravo, secure it, and push up into Charlie, or they're going to lose this game. 3 tickets. Two. Lucas, doing what he can. He now has a rep on him. He's now ready for SRT to press that hill, but we're at 24 tickets to 45. Bats pushing in on Alpha. Lucas trying everything he can, taking out an entire squad of people pushing Alpha. A triple. but Biohazard has fallen below 24. So even though they are putting on a clinic right now of how to maintain, how to put that pressure on, where to position their armor, they will end up losing this to a very, very stable and persistent back team who has never really given them much of an opportunity to control the map. Even now, Bats is going to be taking Alpha as Biohazard and Bats flip the map. And Lucas is just going to be, what is he now? 27, 28, and 5, just racking them up in that tank. Luke running for the hills a little bit, but he's still going to be able to get Sea-Dog in the back there, look over, and he's also going to get Native. A nice positioning move there by Fook, who's going to pick up 2 right there. That's why he's the leader of this team. Solid positioning and solid team play, all in one player. He's going to get another before being taken out by the tank. The tank now aggressively pushing down onto Alpha. They need to secure that spawn area. Can't keep having Bats spawn over there. It's making them spread their floor a little too much. Biohazard has decided to leave 2 anchors up here at Charlie as this game winds towards an end. And we have a little 2-on-2 action here as CRD will take down Renegade and push in towards a well-guarded Charlie point for Biohazard. Meanwhile, Ken will push in to Bravo and start to boot on that map by taking out 1. And although this match is over, this round is not. We are at a 1-ticket game with less than 10 tickets left. Tie game now. Biohazard with a 2. That's huge. Biohazard with a 2-cap advantage. Oh no, I can't miss it. Gotta get back in there. Mini, show me something. Mini pulling out the gun, pulling out the pistol. He's gonna get him. He's gonna get Ken while they were just gonna knife and battle there at the end, and that will be the round. An 8-0 bleed at the end will propel Bats into a round 2 win of map 3. And that is going to be your ball game. So Bats across the board putting it together this game, really showing Biohazard that they have really assembled a quality team this season. And for all watching, to preview what you can expect from this team as we move forward. Their results will be posted shortly. Thank you for joining in today for Season 4 of Omega League, Bats v Biohazard. Winner of this match is Bats. 3 points for Bats. I'll see you guys all in the next one.